Hello everyone. We all want to make healthy choices, but sometimes it feels like the information out there is confusing or even misleading. It's not always about cutting out entire food groups or following the latest fad diets. It's about understanding what's truly in the food we eat and how it impacts our bodies. So, today, we're diving deep into 10 foods you should avoid or at least enjoy in moderation. And we're not just telling you to avoid them, we're going to break down the real reasons why, based on science and my experience as a doctor. This isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to make informed decisions about what you put on your plate. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk about canned soup. It seems harmless enough, right? A quick and easy meal when you're short on time. But what many people don't realize is the high sodium content lurking in those cans. We all need some sodium in our diets. It helps regulate fluids and supports muscle function. However, too much sodium can lead to high blood pressure, a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. And canned soups are often loaded with it. Just one serving can contain a significant portion of your recommended daily intake. Over time, consuming excess sodium through canned soups can really take a toll on your cardiovascular health. So next time you're reaching for that can of soup, check the sodium content and consider healthier alternatives like homemade soups with fresh ingredients. Now you might see enriched on the label of your canned soup and think, oh, that sounds good. But don't be fooled, enrichment is often used to make up for nutrients lost during processing. Think of it this way, imagine taking a beautiful, nutrient-rich piece of fruit, stripping it of its vitamins and minerals, and then adding back a few synthetic versions. That's essentially what enrichment is. It's always better to get your nutrients from whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible. These foods provide a wider array of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that work together synergistically in your body. So while canned soup might be convenient, it's not doing your health any favors. Opt for fresh, whole food options whenever you can to nourish your body from the inside out. White bread. It's a staple in many pantries, but it's far from a nutritional powerhouse. In fact, the white bread we commonly consume today is a far cry from the bread our ancestors used to eat. Modern wheat has been hybridized and genetically altered over the years to increase yield and make it easier to grow. Unfortunately, these modifications have also altered its nutritional profile and made it harder for our bodies to digest. One of the biggest issues with white bread is its high gluten content. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, and while it's not inherently bad for you, the type of gluten found in modern wheat is different from what our ancestors consumed. This modern gluten is stickier and can contribute to digestive issues, inflammation, and even autoimmune reactions in some people. So, if you experience bloating, gas, or other digestive discomforts after eating white bread, it might be a sign to reduce your intake. Another reason to be mindful of your white bread consumption is its high glycemic index. The glycemic index measures how quickly a food raises your blood sugar levels. White bread is quickly broken down into sugar, leading to a rapid spike in blood glucose. This can lead to energy crashes, cravings, and over time contribute to insulin resistance and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Choosing whole grain breads that are minimally processed and contain the entire grain kernel, the bran, germ, and endosperm, can have a more gradual impact on your blood sugar levels and provide more sustained energy. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to your health. By understanding the real reasons to avoid certain foods, you can make informed choices that support your well-being. Stay tuned for the next food on our list. Alright guys, let's talk about canned tuna. It seems innocent enough, right? A quick and easy source of protein, but there's a silent danger lurking in those cans. Mercury. Mercury is a heavy metal that acts as a potent neurotoxin, meaning it can damage your nervous system. It's particularly dangerous for pregnant women and young children as it can interfere with brain development. Now, I'm not saying you need to banish tuna from your diet entirely, but moderation is key. Opt for light tuna over albacore tuna as it generally contains lower levels of mercury. And remember, variety is the spice of life, and that applies to your protein sources too. Instead of relying solely on canned tuna, explore other healthy and sustainable seafood options. Wild-caught salmon, for example, is an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are beneficial for your heart and brain health. Sardines are another great choice, packed with calcium and vitamin D. And don't forget about plant-based protein sources like lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. They're naturally cholesterol-free and rich in fiber, which is great for your digestive system. Remember, a balanced diet is all about making informed choices. By being mindful of the potential risks associated with certain foods and exploring healthier alternatives, you can take control of your health and well-being. Let's talk about diet soda. Many people reach for diet soda thinking they're making a healthier choice by cutting out sugar. But here's the catch. Those artificial sweeteners come with their own set of problems. Aspartame, a common artificial sweetener found in diet sodas, has been linked to a range of health issues including headaches, dizziness, and even more serious concerns like seizures. It's like playing a game of chemical roulette with your body. Another popular artificial sweetener, sucralose, is a chlorocarbon, which is a type of chemical compound that has been linked to environmental damage. Plus, studies have shown that artificial sweeteners can actually trick your brain into craving more sugary foods, leading to weight gain and other metabolic issues. Instead of subjecting your body to these chemical concoctions, opt for healthier and more natural ways to quench your thirst. Water should always be your go-to beverage. It's essential for hydration, helps flush out toxins, and supports overall bodily functions. If you're looking for something with a little more flavor, try infusing your water with fresh fruits like lemon, lime, or berries. You can also enjoy unsweetened iced tea or sparkling water with a splash of natural fruit juice. Remember, your body is a temple, not a chemistry experiment. By choosing natural, wholesome beverages, you're providing your body with the nourishment it needs to thrive. Let's face it, potato chips are incredibly tempting. That satisfying crunch, the salty flavor, it's a combination that's hard to resist. But those crispy chips are loaded with unhealthy ingredients that can wreak havoc on your health. First off, potato chips are typically fried in inflammatory seed oils like soybean oil and sunflower oil. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids which, while necessary in moderation, can contribute to inflammation in the body when consumed in excess. Secondly, the high sodium content in potato chips can lead to water retention, bloating, and increased blood pressure. And let's not forget about the acrylamide, a potentially carcinogenic compound that forms when starchy foods like potatoes are cooked at high temperatures. Now, I understand that breaking up with potato chips can be tough, but trust me, there are plenty of healthier and equally satisfying snack options out there. Instead of reaching for that bag of chips, try munching on a handful of unsalted nuts like almonds or walnuts. They're packed with healthy fats, protein, and fiber, which will keep you feeling full and satisfied. Air-popped popcorn is another great alternative. It's a whole grain that's low in calories and high in fiber. Just be sure to avoid the microwave varieties, which often contain added butter, salt, and artificial flavors. Remember, you have the power to make healthier choices. By ditching the potato chips and opting for more nutritious snacks, you're taking a major step towards improving your overall well-being. Alright guys, let's talk about something you probably have in your pantry right now, that maple syrup. But hold on, before you drench your pancakes in it, take a look at the label. If it doesn't say 100% pure maple syrup, you're likely holding a bottle of fake syrup. What's in this imposter syrup, you ask? Well, it's mostly high fructose corn syrup, a cheap sugar substitute that's been linked to a whole host of health problems, from obesity to type 2 diabetes. And let's not forget about the artificial coloring that gives it that mapley hue. Because who needs natural when you can have chemical, right? But here's the kicker. Fake maple syrup doesn't just lack the nutritional benefits of the real deal. It actually poses some health risks. One of the main culprits is phosphoric acid, an ingredient added for flavor and preservation. Now, phosphoric acid is found naturally in some foods, but the excessive amounts in fake maple syrup have been linked to bone loss and even kidney problems. So by choosing the fake stuff, you're essentially trading a delicious and nutritious treat for a cocktail of potentially harmful chemicals. Not a great trade-off, right? Now, you might be thinking, okay, phosphoric acid sounds scary, but how much damage can it really do? Well, here's the thing. Our bodies need a balance of phosphorus and calcium for healthy bones. But when we consume too much phosphoric acid, it can disrupt this balance, leading to calcium being pulled from our bones. Over time, this can weaken our bones and increase the risk of osteoporosis, a condition that makes bones weak and brittle. And it's not just about the amount of phosphoric acid we consume, it's also about the source. Our bodies absorb phosphoric acid from processed foods and drinks much more easily than from natural sources. So when you're constantly bombarding your system with high amounts of phosphoric acid from things like fake maple syrup, you're putting extra stress on your bones. And remember, this is just one of the potential downsides of fake maple syrup. We haven't even touched on the other additives and artificial ingredients lurking in that bottle. The bottom line is this: real maple syrup is a natural, unprocessed sweetener with some nutritional benefits. Fake maple syrup, on the other hand, is a concoction of chemicals that can have negative impacts on your health. The choice is clear, my friends. Choose real food, choose real health. Let's talk about margarine, that butter substitute that's been touted as a healthier alternative for decades. But here's the thing about margarine, it's a prime example of how processed food companies try to trick us into thinking we're making a healthy choice when we're actually not. Margarine's origin story is far from appetizing. It was invented in the 1860s as a cheap butter substitute for the French army. And what was this healthier alternative made of? Animal fat, skimmed milk, and get this, cow's udder. Not exactly the image that comes to mind when you see those commercials with smiling families enjoying their toast, right? Over time, the production of margarine evolved, replacing animal fat with vegetable oils. Sounds better, right? Not so fast. To make these liquid oils solid at room temperature, they undergo a process called hydrogenation. And this is where things get really unhealthy. Hydrogenation involves adding hydrogen atoms to unsaturated fats, turning them into saturated fats. Now, we all know that saturated fats are bad for us, increasing our risk of heart disease and other health problems. But what many people don't realize is that hydrogenation also creates trans fats. Trans fats are a type of unsaturated fat that has been chemically altered to be more stable. They're found in many processed foods, including margarine, and they're incredibly harmful to our health. In fact, trans fats are considered even worse for us than saturated fats. Here's why. Trans fats raise our levels of bad LDL cholesterol and lower our levels of good HDL cholesterol. This double whammy increases our risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. They also contribute to inflammation throughout the body, which can lead to a whole host of other health problems. Now you might be thinking, but wait, I checked the label on my margarine and it says 0 grams of trans fat. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Food manufacturers are allowed to label their products as trans fat free if they contain less than 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving. But here's the catch. Most people consume multiple servings of margarine, especially if they're using it as a butter replacement. So, even if your margarine claims to be trans fat free, you could still be consuming harmful amounts of trans fats without even realizing it. And remember, these trans fats are lurking in other processed foods as well. So it's important to read labels carefully and choose products that are truly trans fat free. Let's talk about energy drinks, those brightly colored beverages that promise to give you wings. They're marketed as a quick fix for fatigue, promising to boost your energy levels and improve your mental focus. But the truth is, energy drinks are more about marketing hype than actual energy. These drinks are loaded with stimulants like caffeine and guarana, which can give you a temporary jolt. But here's the catch. They don't actually provide you with energy. Instead, they borrow energy from your body's own reserves, leaving you feeling even more drained once the effects wear off. Think of it like this. Consuming an energy drink is like using your credit card to pay your electricity bill. Sure, the lights stay on for now, but you're just delaying the inevitable and racking up a debt you'll have to pay later. And that's not all. Energy drinks are often loaded with sugar, sometimes as much as a can of soda. This sugar rush can lead to energy crashes and contribute to weight gain, type 2 diabetes, and other health problems. And if you opt for the sugar-free varieties, you're often trading one evil for another, artificial sweeteners. Now, let's talk about the potential dangers of energy drinks. We've already discussed the downsides of sugar and artificial sweeteners, but the high levels of caffeine in these drinks can also be problematic. Consuming too much caffeine can lead to anxiety, insomnia, headaches, and even heart palpitations. And when you combine these stimulants with other ingredients found in energy drinks like guarana and taurine, the effects can be amplified. But the problems don't stop there. Energy drinks are often marketed to young people, and studies have shown that adolescents who consume energy drinks are more likely to engage in risky behaviors, such as alcohol and drug use. And here's a scary thought. Mixing energy drinks with alcohol is a recipe for disaster. The stimulants in energy drinks can mask the effects of alcohol, making you feel less intoxicated than you actually are. This can lead to excessive alcohol consumption, increasing your risk of alcohol poisoning and other alcohol-related injuries. The bottom line is this: energy drinks are a quick fix that can have long-term consequences. They don't provide real energy, and they can be detrimental to your health. So, ditch the energy drinks and opt for healthier ways to boost your energy levels, like getting enough sleep, staying hydrated, and eating a balanced diet. Alright, we're getting to the end of our list, but this next one is a big one. You wouldn't believe how many people think they're doing something healthy by drinking fruit juice. You see those commercials with the happy families enjoying a glass with breakfast? Don't buy it. Most store-bought fruit juices are pasteurized. That means they heat it up to kill bacteria, which is good, but it also kills all the good stuff. Enzymes, vitamins, antioxidants, gone. You're basically left with sugary water with a splash of flavor, not much different from your average soda. And all that sugar? It goes straight to your liver, potentially leading to fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, and weight gain. No thanks. Now, I'm not saying all fruit is bad. Whole fruit is amazing. It's packed with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. The fiber helps slow down sugar absorption, preventing those blood sugar spikes you get from juice. So, ditch the juice aisle and head straight for the fresh produce. An apple, an orange, a handful of berries. These are nature's candy, and they come pre-packaged with all the good stuff. Remember, real food, the way nature intended it, is always the best choice. Last but not least, we have a food that many people grab for a quick lunch or snack. Deli meat. I get it, it's convenient, it seems healthy, but let's peel back the layers on this one, shall we? First off, deli meats are loaded with sodium nitrite. We need a little sodium in our diets, but too much puts a strain on your heart and blood vessels, increasing your risk of high blood pressure and stroke. And it doesn't stop there. Many deli meats are also packed with sugar, preservatives, and artificial ingredients to extend their shelf life and make them look and taste better. These additives can disrupt your gut health, lead to inflammation, and even mess with your hormones. So, what's the alternative? Look for high-quality, chemical-free deli meats from your local butcher or grocery store. Better yet, skip the processed stuff altogether and opt for healthier protein sources like grilled chicken breast, salmon, or a plant-based option like lentil soup. There you have it, folks. 10 foods you should avoid or at least consume sparingly. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about what you're putting into your body, the better choices you can make for your health. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love the next one. And if you really want to learn more about how the body works and how to master health, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and turn on all the notifications so you never miss a life-saving video. Until next time, stay healthy.